All right, with number 8 says use elimination. I want to show you one more method that I haven't shown you yet. So this is another calculator method. It's by using a matrix. Matrix can be done by hand or with the calculator, but I want to show you with the calculator. And we'll do this a couple times. Of course, you can always use elimination or substitution, but I'm just giving you another tool here. So when we do a matrix in the calculator, let me write this down first so I can kind of point out everything that we're looking at. 2y equals 8, and then we have negative 4x 4y equals 16. So if you've downloaded this online calculator, or if you have a graphing calculator, you can use this. If you don't have a graphing calculator, this won't be helpful. Just continue to use the elimination method. You can do elimination by multiplying this top equation by a negative 2. Negative would make that a positive 4. Negative 2 would also do the same thing and make opposite sign here. So it looks like these might be the same equation and everything eliminates. So I'm looking at infinitely many solutions, I'm thinking, just by the looks of it. But it's also going to be good to kind of see what that looks like in the calculator. So when you do a matrix, you got to tell it what size matrix. So we have 2 equations. So that means we're going to do a 2 rows, and each row has 1, 2, 3 things in it. So we're going to be doing a 2 by 3. So you got to tell it what size matrix you need. Then we're going to input only the coefficients, the numbers. So I'm going to put row 1 is going to be a negative 2, a positive 2, and an 8. And then row 2 is going to be a negative 4, positive 4, and then a 16. Okay, so you're going to have a 2 by 3 matrix, and then I'm going to show you the button pushing to get it to solve it. Generally, what should happen is you should get an argumented matrix that, let's say, x was the first variable, so this would represent x, this would represent y, and this would represent your answer, your number. So maybe the first row has a 0 here, the second row would have a 1. So wherever the 1 is, it's telling you, okay, the x is going to be this answer. So this one would have maybe a 1 here in the y value and a 0 here. So if there's one solution, you're going to see zeros or maybe 1s down the diagonal. I think I got it backwards. Yeah, I got it backwards. So what you should see is 1 here and a 1 here, 0, 0, and then you'll see some number. Okay. So what that means is that x will be equal to, let's just say this was a 2. So that means x equals 2. And then in the middle column, that means y equal, let's just say this was a 5. So y would equal that number. If you get something else weird, which we probably will because we have infinitely many solutions, I will show you the difference here. So let's show you the calculator method. Open up calculator, turn it on, second quit, go to the home screen. We want to go to matrix. It's right here in blue, so I have to do second matrix. I'm going to go all the way over to edit. You got to go to each one of these 3 tabs, one at a time. So I'm going to go enter on A. Normally it's empty here, but I'm going to tell it 2, enter, 3, enter. And then I'm going to put in my numbers. So I have a negative 2, and then I have a positive 2, and then a positive 8. And then on the bottom, a negative 4, positive 4, 16. So first thing is, you go second matrix, set up the 2 by 3, put in all your values, double check, make sure you got them all entered correctly. Data entry is the most common error that will cause you to have problems. So double check everything is good. Once you are sure it's good, you're going to go second and quit, back all the way out. We're going to go to matrix again. So second matrix. This time I'm going to go to the middle one. So now I'm telling it, what do you want me to do with this matrix? Well, I want you to solve it for me. So if you arrow up, you'll get there faster. This RREF, this is the calculator's notation to solve it. RREF stands for reduced row echelon form. Okay, so that's the name of this, RREF. Reduced row echelon form says, I'm going to reduce this to ones down the diagonal so we can solve it and find the answer. So now it says, okay, what do you want me to solve? Which matrix? So you got to go second matrix one more time. And you just hit enter on A. That's the one we just created. So I want you to solve matrix A, hit enter, and then it solves it for me. So if you notice a row of zeros, okay, that indicates that there is infinitely many solutions. Okay, so you will see either this, which will give you one solution. So you see ones down the diagonal, zeros here in your numbers. You will see what you see here. We got a 1, negative 1, and a negative 4. And then we got 0, 0, 0. So these numbers will be just depending on what the equations are. Okay. So if you see a row completely of zeros, that means infinitely many solutions. Okay. So that means I need to figure out what those X and Y things are so I can solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this top equation. I'm going to put it in Y equal this time. So I got to do that on a separate page. 2x 2y equals 8. I'm running out of room there. So negative 2x plus 2y equals 8. I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Bring this down. Well, sorry, bring 2y down. 2y equals 2x plus 8. Divide by 2. And that gives me y equals x plus 4. That down correctly. Okay. So here's my equation. Since I've solved this in terms of y equals this. So x is going to be my independent variable. So x is itself, y is equal to x plus 4. And then x can be any real number. This is what they're going to be looking for. So, and I'll do this matrix thing again. So we got dependent system. We solve for y, so x is itself, y is x plus 4, and x could be any real number.